Say again? I know, like, y'all care what I say. Guess I'm coming up in the world. Is this for promotional? I'm not going to go there. Good morning, everybody. Afternoon. Tripping.
Bobby, Pete was just talking about why he thinks Chris Richard would make for a good head coach. Obviously, there's openings around the league. What would you tell another team or another owner if they asked you about him?
I think be a great head coach. I think his ability to kind of have people with different personalities, come together with a common goal is something I've never seen before. The way he's approached his game, his preparation. I think he's helped everybody elevate their game. Everybody definitely plays for him. He knows how to get the best out of us, and that's everything you're looking for in a head coach.
Pete was talking about this earlier, but when it comes to the way you guys play run defense, how important for you and KJ and everybody else is what goes on in front of you with the linemen?
It's really important. Those guys doing their job is key for us to kind of flow over the top and get to the ball and have clean reads. So me and KJ definitely appreciate the guys up front. They keep the guys off of us, and they really pride themselves. If we get touched, they come back to the huddle and be like, "Hey, mate, my bad. That's not going to happen again." And it definitely helps us out.
Having been in the playoffs, how's that helped in situations like this?
Say it again.
Experience of playing in playoff games, how big is that this time of year?
It's definitely big because it's teams that haven't been in the situation sometimes make the game bigger than what it is. We been in the situation before. We approach the game pretty much the same. So I don't really look at playoff games too different. The only difference is it's less teams, more media.
You mentioned teams haven't been in that situation. When a player like Ruben last year comes in, or someone like Marcel Reese or Cliff Averill, do those guys ever kind of let you guys know how good you have it and that it's not like this everywhere, that they played on teams that never went to the playoffs?
No, yeah, they definitely talk to us about it. Talk to us about right now they normally be preparing what they're going to do in the off season and things of that nature. But sometimes we play even harder for those guys. Because we want them to experience what we experience. We want them to experience that joy that we've had, and we want them to get the playoffs and all that other stuff. So when we hear stories like that, it makes us a little bit more hungry.
Bobby, you guys have had basically a month now to learn how to play without Earl Thomas. How do you think the defense has adjusted?
I think we're adjusting real well. I think Steve's doing a great job out there. I feel like you got to get out there and get those experience, have those plays, see those formations to really grow as a player. And I think that's what he's done. He's seen some formations that he's not necessarily got the chance to see, from the sideline. And the more he plays, the more experience he gets, the more we play with him and learn him. The greater we're going to be.
Were there changes for you without Earl out there?
It wasn't nothing scheme-wise. It was just, I look at Earl all the time, and, I feed off his energy, and we joke around a lot. So that aspect is not, scheme.
Bobby, a year ago you guys played in Minneapolis in the first round. Scale of 1 to 10, a degree of difficulty, with 1 being easy. How difficult was that game to play?
In the cold? It's hella hard. I don't know. Shoot, I like the number 9, so let's go with 9. It was just you travel out there, and then travel's always hit or miss, but go out there, and I've never played in a game where it was -6, -20, whatever windshield, and I came out and I seen somebody sneeze and it turned into icicles, and I ain't never seen none of that. So it's like you had to just get your mind right for how cold it was going to be. But it ain't going to be that cold this week, so we ain't got to worry about that. It might be some snow, though. How ironic.
What was physically the most difficult aspect of getting through the game?
That game? Well, the hits hurt because a lot colder. It hurts a lot more when you hit somebody and it's cold. And just, the coming on and off the field, it's like, you get off the field, you get warm for a second, and as soon as you take the jackets and everything off, you're back, to cold. So that aspect, going up and down. But eventually, you stop feeling your hands and feet, and you just start worrying about the stuff you can't feel.
What have you seen from Stafford, and is he playing any different, dealing with that finger injury?
I don't see any different. He looks like he's, throwing the ball, pretty well. He's utilizing his check down, the running back. And, I think things that people are not necessarily getting the credit for is his ability to, when he doesn't see anything, take off and run and get some yards. So, I think he's doing a good job, and we're going to be ready for everything he tries to throw at us. And, if he wants to run it, we'll chase him down.
What challenges does Anquan Bolden give you guys, especially linebackers, because he's a bit more of an intermediate guy?
He's definitely a physical receiver. He's a guy he don't mind coming across the middle, not worried about getting hit. Actually, probably looking for the hit. And there's not too many receivers that. It seems like he enjoys try to crack linebackers on toss plays and things of that nature, which is not too common. So. You just got to be aware of where he's at on the field. There's formations where he's about to come crack you or he's about to come down on the safety, and that's pretty much it. He's a very physical guy, but we're physical too. So.
What have you seen out of when you've been looking at Detroit? They've had these huge fourth quarters. They've been able to come back in a bunch of games where they were losing and not. What have you seen from them when they start putting stuff together then?
Just their belief, like the way they believe and the way they you could just see like the energy change when they make a big play, whether it's on defense, whether it's on special teams, offense. Something typically happens where they feed off that energy, whether it's Stafford throwing a touchdown or somebody getting a pick, forced fumble. They feed off that energy, and once you get that momentum, it's kind of hard to stop. And that's what they, it seems like it's what they feed off of, that momentum. So we got to do our best job to not let that momentum happen. Try to keep the momentum on our side. And, not worry about it. But, we know what that looks like. We've been that team before. We've been that, feed off momentum type deal. So we know how important that is.
Bobby, when you face a team that's going to look to throw the ball all over the place, how might that change your approach or the outlook on attacking the way you guys normally do?
You just got to make sure as far as like linebackers, you got to make sure that you're in your window. You don't want to allow easy throws. You want to make sure that, you want to have everything play in front of you, because if you get, you drop fast enough, you read everything fast enough, they're going to dump it down to the running back. And, sometimes teams just want to, just dump it down to the running back and try to make it all the way downfield. And I don't think there's too many teams out there that can do that to us. So as long as when they dump the ball down and we make the tackles, make the plays that we need to make, we'll be fine. And it's going to be important for us, me, KJ, and all the rest of the guys to make sure that we're in the right position, because we know, they're going to probably run the ball a little bit, but, they're going to focus pretty much on the pass.
Anything else? Thanks, Bobby.
Appreciate it, guys.